Okay, hello, and first off, I just got to admit I'm really excited about making this video, and I'm also really nervous about making this video, but I've just got to get myself out of the way to just kind of let what I have to say come through instead of just being trapped and stuck inside. And that's kind of the actual topic that I want to even talk about and share about, which is just feeling trapped, feeling like you can't speak up, having your voice that isn't heard because you don't say anything, because you're not doing the things that you need to do. And basically, this is the beginning for me of a series of vlogs, and be starting a blog and just trying to share and connect with you. And you are everyone, hopefully. And so I just want to just kind of share a message of love and overcome my fears and my insecurities by talking about them, by sharing with you, kind of even painful as it is to kind of not be perfect and polished, which is the reason I've been like waiting. But I'm 26 years old, and I've lived a life that I felt has been very privileged, and in a bizarre way it's actually shut me down because I haven't been satisfied, I haven't been happy. But what do you do? And if you're privileged, or if you're comfortable, does this sound like you perhaps, then it's a deadly area to kind of get out of, because it's comfortable, because you know it's okay, it didn't kill you yesterday, it won't kill you tomorrow. But it will, inside you'll become a walking zombie. And I'm sure even if you don't feel that now, you've seen people who are just trapped. They're not free. They might have a good job, they might have a nice car, they might have a family, but are they connected to their purpose? Are they being passionate in their life? And I've been inspired by so many beautiful teachers and just loved ones, and I just enough. I'm 26 years old. The last 5 years have just disappeared in a haze, and I've got to reclaim my soul, or even claim it for the first time. And so this series has kind of two purposes. Purpose one is to talk, and this is a very scattered video, the rest are going to be a lot more organized, but this I just had to hit record and just do this because it's the only way to get things done. And this has two purposes. And the first purpose is to basically connect and share information that I try and share with my friends, to teachers, to speakers, but to also document myself going through this process, which is kind of what makes it unique, because it's kind of like this vulnerable case study. So you can just follow me and see if it works, or see where it takes me, or see what ideas that triggers. Because there's no one right thing, there's just information and what we individually choose to do with it. And I've been just accumulating information, I've been addicted, knowledge junkie, all this self-improvement books on the shelf. But then, have you finished even half of them? No. Even 2/3 of them? No. But still loving information, still digesting all that, but kind of still being trapped, still just like, in fact, information overload. There's too much. Where do I start? And not having a system of steps to kind of just go one by one, and just put all your energy into that, instead of kind of what I've done, and I see so many people do, is just too many things. Too much of this, too much of that. It's divide and conquer. The kind of war strategy has been used against ourselves. We don't even realize it. So, part one of the purpose of this is to help you kind of break out of any potential problems, procrastination, dissatisfaction that you might be trapped in, kind of just sadness, just all the stuff that's kind of like vulnerable to talk about, but we have to talk about it if we're gonna progress and evolve. And so that's part one, and I want to connect you to all the authors that I like, kind of step by step, not all at once. We'll kind of work out whatever the system is. This might be once every 2 weeks, might be once a week. We'll work it out as it goes. But here's the first one. And step two of this is, if you follow this, I am, and this is unique to any other kind of motivational videos, I'm still a mess right now. I'm not where I want to be. I've got, you know, plenty of potential and stuff like that, but I'm so scattered, I'm all over the place, and I'm broke, and physically haven't been doing great and stuff, and just there's so much, and I've just been trapped here. So you get to see whether I get to overcome it, and you get to see that live, essentially, if you want. And if nothing else, hopefully I can connect you to some other great channels, some other great sources of information to kind of help you out. But it's just breaking free from whatever you're trapped from, and it can be anything, and you can be anywhere in life. As a guy in my mid-20s, I'd love to kind of help connect to people in my generation. Of course, everyone is welcome, but people in my generation, like, you know, uni students. If you just come out of uni, are you like, what now? Or, you know, have you just jumped into a job? Are you there? Have you been stuck in a job? You know, is that what you want to be doing? Because it's so important to ask the hard questions, to work out what's your purpose here? What do you love? What are you good at? What do you connect with? Do you want to work with people? You know, are you being treated right? Because we design our own life, and no one tells us how. And so, and we're designing it whether we realize or not. And if we don't realize, we're creating, most of the time, a miserable existence where we've given up our power, have given up our happiness. We don't have time to do what we want, or we have time but we don't know how to spend it, so we waste it and then we feel worse. And it's just a cycle. And so this is the generation of the internet. This is the generation of YouTube, where we have our own personal channels, TV channels essentially. And it's time to speak up. And for me to just kind of do that right now, but also for you too, if you have a voice. And I'd love to support that in any way. So here's to the future, and catch you soon. Subscribe. All right.